Now, we covered the focus channel in the previous section.
And we've actually looked at how to edit dynamics and EQ plugins in the center section. We've also, in past modules, looked at how to edit a plugin on the channel strip.
Right. Now, if I were to go in on this reverb here and, say, focus it over to the center section, of course, I could dive into that plugin and try to get through the parameters of the plugin. Now, there's some 10 pages of different parameters. There's over 50 things to try to find what you're looking for. Again, we don't have the ability to map it to the EQ or dynamics panel. So this is where custom faders starts to come in. And the concept of custom faders is to borrow a section of your console to do a specialized task. So by focusing that reverb channel here and now simply hitting the plugin button, I'm borrowing these 8 faders. That is the default setting for custom fader plugins.
And you can see that those channels are in that custom mode by the little blue LED with CF labeled beside it in the fader section.
Right. So this whole section of my console is temporarily borrowed at the moment to display almost all of those 50 parameters. We have 8 channels by 6. We have 48 knobs and buttons. And you can see they're labeled reverb time, attack shape, size, spread, pre-delay, etc.
And we could make this any size that we wanted to, from down as little as 4 all the way out to how many ever faders that you have on the console in groups of 8.
Right. And it's nice to know that your console can still bank around this custom fader section so you don't lose the ability to find certain channels that may be feeding this reverb.
All right, so it's really nice to be able to have all of those parameters up on those encoders, but when you're dealing, especially with something like a reverb, some of the more high-end outboard processors have really cool little remote control boxes that have faders to control some of those parameters, kind of give your favorites down on faders. And we actually have a way to do that here with our plugin editing under custom faders as well.
Right, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to build what's called a plugin map. So we simply turn on the map mode, select the fader that we want this parameter to map to, so you'll see it's blinking here, and then simply touch the touch-sensitive encoder. So I say time, select the next channel, pre-delay, size, or spread, size, early reflection level, spread, and delay. And then on page 2, I like the high cut frequency. And so now we've created our own custom remote control for this plugin.
Now, a really cool thing about this is once you build the map once for a plugin, it actually gets stored with the Pro Tools preference file. So the next time that you pull up this particular instance of a plugin into the custom fader plugin editing mode, you can turn on that map functionality, and that exact map will come into play there as well on this session or any session from here on out.
Excellent. If you do make a mistake, you can always reselect and then just touch the other parameter that you want.
Or you can easily come over here and hit the Set to Default button and select a fader to clear it out.